Alright guys, how's it going? My name is Nyxre and welcome back to another episode of The Good, The Bad, and The Teemo, where today we'll be covering Blue Build Lulu, or as I like to call it, Bluelu. As is presented at the beginning of every episode, here's a reference guide for today's video. This one is fairly different from my on-hit Lulu video that I did a while back, because this is a complete copy of what the typical Blue Build Ezreal build would look like. Please note that for the purpose of this video I was primarily testing this out in the top lane, but I feel that it would work pretty much exactly the same when playing mid. Even though Blue Build is typically for the AD carry role, I figured AD carry Lulu would make for a better separate video than this one. For anyone interested, an injury link for the reference guide can be found down in the description. So let's get right into the good things about Blue Build Lulu, because there really isn't all that many. First of all, Lulu is a very lane dominant champion when you have a range advantage over your lane opponent. Because Blue Build is attack damage based, your range advantage becomes even more prominent as your autos will deal more damage and require your lane opponent to justify their playstyle accordingly. You can use this early game advantage to help buy yourself some time while you try and stack your tier, as you'll need it come the late game in order to have sustained damage. That's really the only good thing about playing Bluelu, however, so let's go ahead and move on to the bad things about playing Lulu this way. Lulu is fine when built full AD, and she's fine when built full AP, but when you take a bit of each of those away in order to build Bluelu, she's no longer fine and she becomes mediocre in both regards. Lulu has a ton of AP scaling, which already makes building AD on her less efficient, but Blue Build is even worse as it prioritizes a few other items which don't provide any AD anyways. Another bad thing about Bluelu is just how pointless Iceborne Gauntlet is on her. Lulu already has a ton of crowd control and can constantly keep her enemies slowed, so the active effect really doesn't provide her with anything new. On top of this, the armor and mana provided are rather useless as you could easily buy another item in its place, which would also provide either AP or AD and allow for you to deal more damage. Building off this even more is how slowly Lulu is able to stack up her tier compared to Ezreal, who is a primary champion who uses this build. The reason why building tier on champions like Ezreal is so quick is because of how cheap his abilities are, coupled with their low cooldown. Lulu doesn't have any of this, and you either have to pointlessly spam your E or your Q to efficiently stack your tier. Even while doing this, it will take much longer than usual as the cooldown timers on these abilities, while not incredibly long, aren't very short. On top of this, Bluelu's peel is a bit less meaningful than when you build Lulu in any other way. For example, when playing full AD, using your polymorph means that you'll be able to quickly chunk the enemy with several auto attacks, and when building full AP, you can quickly burst the enemy with your Q and E. But doing the exact same with Blue Build doesn't really mean much as you're not capable of doing the damage required in such a short span of time to pick up a kill. Because of this, you become far more team reliant and your utility is essentially taken at face value as it isn't strengthened by anything else in your build. Alright, moving on to the Teemo. This is a section which deals with the fundamental issues of building Lulu this particular way, and covers the primary reasons why you would probably consider something else, and trust me, there are plenty of reasons. First, and arguably the biggest reason, requires understanding why Blue Build Ezreal works, as that will help explain why this specific build really doesn't. The reason Ezreal benefits from Blue Build is because of his ability to interweave auto attacks in between his barrage of Qs. This alone makes building Lulu with the same build rather silly, as you'll need to use your auto attacks far more often than Ezreal would, because you simply can't spam your abilities in quick succession. Another downside to building Lulu this way is that she is terrible in the late game, unlike Blue Build Ezreal, which becomes a complete monster once he's achieved full build. Lulu's lack of AD scaling means that both her autos and her abilities will be lacking severely in damage as a result of building her this specific way. While you can still duel a few champions 1v1 in the late game if they are squishy enough, anyone with even a semblance of tankiness will probably end up spamming their mastery emote over your dead corpse. Which leads me to the final terrible thing about Bluelu, and that is that she's very squishy with nothing to back it up. This is again a problem when building her AD, but usually when going full AD, you have the damage to back it up, sort of like a standard AD carry. This build really doesn't provide any of that, and the tank stats provided by Iceborne Gauntlet are simply not enough to keep yourself alive against any decent amount of damage. However, that is all I have regarding Blue Build Lulu. This build started off sort of as a joke and I figured I would try it out, see how it worked, and try to make a video on it. It really is the worst build I've done so far simply because there is never really a reason to use it. Lulu is one of the few champions who can realistically play in every role with almost any build path, and I can confidently say that Blue Build is something that you should absolutely avoid when playing her. With all that being said, you can of course feel free to try this build out yourselves and give me your own opinion on how you feel about this build. I would just advise that you don't attempt this outside of a normal game because it's unlikely to go very well. Feel free to leave a like if you did enjoy the video, and subscribe if you are new around here and would like to see more. If you didn't like the video, feel free to leave a dislike. All I ask is that you leave a comment with what you believe I could have done better so that my future content can continue to improve. But anyways, that's all I have for you guys in this video. I hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next one.